Okay, so I just want to go over how to calculate an installment loan in Excel. So mainly what we want to try and calculate here is the monthly payment, the future value, which also is like the total amount. That includes the principal and interest, as well as just how much the interest is. So let's do an example here. Principal, let's say we're taking out a loan for $15,000. Let's say the interest rate is about 3.5%. Let's say the time is over the course of 6 years. Now, for number of payments, well, with an installment loan, you pay regularly and in equal payments every month. So 6 years, 12 months in a year, 6 times 12. I'm going to have Excel do that for me, although I know it's 72. Use that equal button in Excel to turn it into a calculator and click enter. So 72 payments. Now, the first thing we need to do here is calculate the monthly payment. So I'm going to click in the box below monthly payment. Now, there's a couple ways to do this, but we want to access the PMT formula in Excel, which is the monthly payment formula. Now, if you go up here, you can see the formulas button. This is probably the easiest way to do this. So click formulas and then go to financial. Scroll down until you find PMT. Looks like this right here. When you select that, you should get this box that pops up. Now, we just need to fill in the first 3 boxes, the ones that are bolded. So the rate. The rate is going to be 3.5%. However, interest rates are actually for the year. And we're just looking at monthly payment. So we need to take the rate and divide it by 12 so we can figure out what the interest rate is for just the month. So divided by 12. And you can notice on the right side here, it actually shows you what your interest rate is for the month. Next, MPER. MPER, if you look down here, means the total number of payments for the loan. We already know that. It's 72. Lastly, PV, they say it's the present value. You can think of it like that, but you could also think of it as the principal value. So it's how much you borrowed. So in this case, it's $15,000. Now, here's the catch. So Excel is actually going to register this as a negative number and put it in red and inside parentheses because it is a loan amount. So if you have OCD like me and you don't want it to show up red and negative, just throw a negative in front of it. So it's negative 15,000. Something that's also important to note here is if you put a comma in when using formulas in Excel like I'm using right now, it is going to make your answer inaccurate. So do not put commas in when you're using a formula. So I'm just going to leave it as negative 15,000 without any commas. Click OK. You'll see your monthly payment generate. So that means I'll be paying $231.28 every month for 6 years. That's 72 times. So the monthly payment actually includes your principal, which is the money you borrowed, but it also includes you paying for the interest that's going to accrue. So in terms of the total amount you're going to pay back, which includes principal and interest, your monthly payment has both those things already wrapped into it. So to come up with the total amount or the future value, all you need to do is take your monthly payment and multiply it by the number of payments. So I'm going to use Excel as a calculator again. Equals 231.28 times 72. Again, if you want to do this on your calculator on the side, that's fine as well. Click enter. I'm just going to go up here and turn it to money. Now, for your interest, well, you took out a loan for $15,000 and now all of a sudden you're paying back $16,652.16. Why are you paying back so much more? Well, that's where interest comes in. The difference between those two values is your amount of interest. So to figure that out, you just take your future value and you subtract out your principal. I'm going to show you another little cool thing that you can use here with Excel in terms of its calculator function. So equals I'm going to click on my future value, subtract my principal, click on the principal, hit enter, and it will calculate that right there for you. Again, you can do this in your calculator. I'm just trying to show you ways to make you more efficient when you're operating in Excel. One thing I do want to point out to you is if you do the click option in the calculator with the monthly payment, it will come out a little bit iffy, a little inaccurate. So watch this. If I do equals, click on the monthly payment and times it by the 72 payments to come up with my future value, you can see how it's a little bit different of a value. Now, in terms of the real world and you making calculations on your own loans, it's really not enough to make a difference. However, when you go to do homework or MyMathLab specifically, it's not going to like that answer. The reason it did give you a different answer, just an FYI, is if you click on monthly payment, sometimes Excel rounds numbers, and because it knew it was money, it rounded it here. If you want to see the whole number, you can actually go up here under home and do increase decimal, and you can see how this number is actually much longer. So when you click on it, it's using that whole number, all of these decimals, to make that calculation, when we just want it to include the cents of 28 cents when we're making this calculation. So if you need anything, please reach out to me via email or text, but I hope this video is a good enough resource for those of you who missed class or those of you who just want to revisit the topic. And I look forward to doing more of these videos to help you out. Please let me know if this is helping you or not. Next time, maybe I'll even put myself on a little video in the bottom right corner. Right now, I opened the webcam. That's just not going to happen. All right, well, have a good one. Let me know if you need anything, okay?